We're here.
You're good.
Okay, I think it's recording.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. Sorry. Someday I'll have this computer thing figured out. Welcome to our little sit and see. I should have changed that to sit and see because I don't have any pink drink for you to try. But we will be doing giveaways with 3-day sample packs for you guys to have the opportunity to win those, and then you can taste it. So first I'm just going to kind of get a little disclaimer out of the way here. This presentation is brought to you by independent Plexus ambassadors and is not sponsored by Plexus Worldwide. Plexus Worldwide wants you to know that the results you're about to hear vary from person to person, and we do not claim to cure, treat, or prevent disease. Okay, to get that out of the way. So I'm going to ask you guys, what is your goal? Sorry, I just need to do that quick. Okay, so everybody always has a goal when they're looking at products like this. They're looking for health, wealth, or weight loss. And if there's anything in particular that you would like to learn today, just go ahead. There's a little chat button down there or a way to raise your hand. You can click on one of those and ask away. So don't feel bad. Don't feel like you're interrupting us or anything like that. Our goal is to just give you information about Plexus. We just want to share these products and this business and what they've done for us, and then it's totally up to you if Plexus is something that you want in your life. So next. Okay, so we'll do a giveaway. I cannot see you all, but I'm going to enlist the help of Mom, Kristen, and Leisha, and Joanna. And you guys, if you are not an ambassador with us yet, if you are a customer or you're thinking about becoming a customer, you're just kind of curious about Plexus, go ahead and raise your hand in front of your screen so that we can see you, and we will write down your name and get your name entered into our giveaway. Yeah, and then smart people raising their hands on here. Smart. Glad you guys know how to use Zoom. All right. Okay, so next, let's talk about Plexus and where it came from. So it started in 2005 as a breast health company. Their very first product is a breast check kit where you can detect lumps sooner. It intensifies what you're feeling in your fingertips by about 500%. So it's a really amazing product. Plexus really wanted to help prevent breast cancer a little bit more though. And so they noticed a correlation between insulin levels and breast cancer. So they then were introduced to Slim, which controls insulin levels, in 2009. That's when they introduced that, and that is our flagship product. You can read those other things about it, but the two things that really excite me about Plexus is that it is the #1 growing multi-level marketing company in the country. And then, even better, it's a debt-free company. So that knocks my socks off every time I read that. I just get so excited to be reminded that this company makes their decisions based on what's right and wrong and not the almighty dollar. They just will do the right thing because they don't have to worry about paying back debts. So Plexus can help with lots of different things. You're probably looking at all of our Facebook pages being like, how can Plexus be helping somebody with acne and allergies? Like, those things kind of feel worlds apart from each other. Well, most people can relate to these things on here. You can do a show of hands if you want to show if these things have ever bothered you. 5 or more things, I'm guessing, you can find on this list. But these are the top 10 health complaints. And if you suffer from any of these things, I can tell you right now that Plexus can help you. And why or how can it help us? And why is Plexus helping with so many different things? It's because we're getting to the root of the problem. And we believe very, very strongly that the root of most health issues are poor gut health and blood sugar instability. And Plexus, these 3 products that we're going to really zoom in and talk about tonight, these products can help with those things. And that makes us so excited because we're watching people get healthy in crazy ways. So when we get the gut healthy and the blood sugar stabilized, we're going to watch inflammation in your body decrease, and then you're going to be able to start absorbing your vitamins again instead of just pushing them on through. So Mom, if you want to jump on.
Yep.
I'm introducing my mom, Sonia Crocker. She's not a gold ambassador anymore. She is a senior gold ambassador. Yay.
All right. Well, welcome, guys. I'm glad you're on the call tonight. To start off with, I'm a certified natural health professional and a certified biofeedback specialist. And so I tell people that I'm a certified BSer, and I will talk about that subject quite a bit, and I talk about it with people all day long. To start with, a little background on myself. Back in about 2006, 2007, I ended up going through a divorce. Life kind of fell apart on me. I said it was kind of like a country western song. I lost the house, lost the cars, lost the, whatever else, properties, and but we bought a dog and I kept the kids, so that was the good part about it. But emotionally, I bottomed out. I was having anxiety attacks, depression, probably suicidal thoughts, thought I was literally going crazy. And a friend recommended that I go and have biofeedback done. So I did. And the first thing that they talked to me about when I got there, they sat me down and they started talking to me about digestion. And I said, I think I'm literally going crazy, and you're going to tell me it starts in my gut. And the guy just told me, just trust me, Sonia. And this is a line that they used then, and I'm still using it today. And they said, if there's dis-ease in your gut, that means bloating, gas, heartburn, constipation, diarrhea. If you have asthma, different things such as that, eventually you will have disease elsewhere in your body. Okay, so remember that. Also remember that 70 to 90% of your immune system is located in your gut, and 90% of serotonin, which is a brain transmitter that is vital for moods and for sleeping, is also produced in your digestive tract. Okay? And Sarah, do you want to flip to the next slide? Symptoms of improper digestion. Most of us will look at the gastrointestinal stuff and see the gas and the bloating, constipation, Crohn's disease, diarrhea, all of those. We see those on that side of the chart. And we think, yeah, that goes hand in hand with gut issues. You wouldn't even begin to think of, look at all the other areas that it affects. I personally was in the nervous system part, where the depression, anxiety, excessive worry, irritability, lack of confidence, loss of concentration, loss of memory. Literally, I was a wreck. But that's where it started. It started in my gut. So we'll move on. So how can that be? So now we're going to talk about poop. So if we say if you don't poop, your body will find ways to poop for you. Examples of that are acne, arthritis, asthma, and psoriasis. And you look at that and think, how does that have anything to do with pooping? But believe me, it does. So we're going to look at normal food transit time for pooping should be 12 to 18 hours. The ideal amount of time between eating something and for the time that it takes to get through your body should be 12 to 18 hours. And how can you figure that out? We say just eat corn, chipotle black beans, and when they come through, then you'll know how long it took for it to come out. When did I eat corn? And then bowel movements per day. We say the optimum health is 3 bowel movements a day, good health 2, fair health 1, not good if you're going less than 1. And believe me, I know a lot of people that are going maybe 1 time a week, and that is not healthy at all. And if you have kids that are having issues with pooping or have I call them pop can sized turds, you guys really have to do something for them. Help them out now before it becomes even a bigger problem for them. And that's why I highly recommend the ProBio 5. And Sarah will talk more about that as we get going here. So the infamous poop chart. So we look at the poop chart. We're not in the same house, so I can't push buttons for her. But anyway, we look at this and you kind of say, well, where were you at today? I was probably about a 4. Not that I'm bragging or anything, but ultimately we would like to be between the 3 and 4 mark. If you're at 1 or 2, we say you're constipated. You're probably dehydrated as well. So make sure you increase your water intake. If you're on the other end of 6 or 7, then that just tells me that there's inflammation in the body. But we do treat it the same way. Okay, next chart. So if we don't get anything out of tonight, I want you to go home with this. These are rules that I was taught way back in 2007, and I've been using them ever since. We say drink no more than 3 to 4 ounces of water with your meals, and you're going to be saying, why only 3 to 4 ounces of water with your meals? I'm going to tell you why. When we tend to drink more liquid with our meals, like say pop, we go out to eat and we have refill after refill of pop, or we drink a whole thing of milk, or we drink a big glass of water, or tea or whatever with our meals. What happens automatically is the pH in your stomach changes because of the water or the extra liquid, and it sends a message to your brain that tells your caloric sphincter at the bottom of your stomach to open up, and it will prematurely push your food into your small intestine. Okay, so normally that food should be staying in there probably 2 to 3 hours and being broken down to become what's called chyme. And when that happens, then it automatically will be pushed in after it's been broken down into your small intestine, and then you will have vitamins and minerals and the good stuff being passed into your system. If it's prematurely pushed in there, what happens is you actually are getting small protein particles, maybe even little food particles passed into your body or into your system. And what happens, your body looks at that as, hey, I don't know what that is. That's nothing I recognize. That's not a vitamin or a mineral or something good. So the white blood cells will adhere to it. That's where we get our inflammation. And what it's going to do, it's going to push it to the furthest point. It's going to push it out to say your toes. So a lot of people, the first symptom they get is maybe they end up with gout, that inflammation in that big toe. And then, or they start getting the gnarly fingers or stiff joints, stiff ankles, then it'll move to the knees and then to the hips. God designed our body so it's going to push the toxins, again, away from our vital organs. So again, if we're not pooping it out, our body is going to find ways to eliminate or get rid of it. So we have to poop it out, sweat it out, breathe it out, those modes of elimination. Another thing, no coffee with your meals. And we say, why is that? Coffee automatically will change the pH in your stomach, send a message to the brain, open the caloric sphincter, and everything is pushed prematurely into your small intestine. I tell people that I'm not old enough to drink coffee yet, so I do not drink coffee, but I have a lot of friends and family that do drink coffee. And a lot of times they'll drink coffee right away in the morning just to go to the bathroom so that they do have that bowel movement every day. So I say, go ahead and drink your coffee. I just encourage you, do not eat food with it when you're drinking your coffee. So eat your fruits and melons alone or at snack time, just because they process or digest at a faster rate and can change the pH in the stomach, again, prematurely pushing the food into your small intestine. And we say small meals are better, quality, not quantity. Eat slowly, chew, savor, and enjoy your meal. I am an emotional eater. I have to really watch that, and I've taught my daughters to be emotional eaters as well. So really look at, why are you eating? Why are you going to the cupboard? Why are you doing that? And then we also say rest or relax after you eat. That old wives' tale that we thought was a wives' tale, it really isn't. It is a known fact that after you eat, the oxygen is going to digest the food, and so it's not going out to your muscles. And so people actually did drown when they try and swim after eating a large meal, just because the oxygen was not out in the tissues or out in the muscles so that they could swim. We say eat for nutrition, not stimulation. And then another thing, do not eat for at least 3 hours before going to bed. We say 2 to 3 hours. Try this for a week. You'll be surprised. You probably won't have the eye boogers. You won't have the hock a loogie when you wake up in the morning, and you'll wake up and you'll wonder, did I brush my teeth? It'll be amazing for you. So I want you to try that. And like I said, try these rules with the stomach as well. And I think that does that move into you, Sarah? I think. There you go.
Does.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to have a couple people, I'm going to call some people out on here that I know take Plexus, have been doing it for a little while. And I just want them to share their story a little bit. Just a quick little, 1 minute, 2 minute snippet. So Jojo, are you on here? Joanna, my sister.
I am.
Okay, do you want to share a little bit?
Sure. I started Plexus probably about 8 months ago. I was struggling with a lot of chronic fatigue at the time. I would go to work and I would work all day long, and then I would come home and I would crash. I'd fall asleep on the couch. While I was at work, I would have sugar highs and sugar lows. I would eat anywhere from 5 to 7 little, they were little, but whatever, candy bars a day at work. And what I would do is I'd spike my blood sugar, and it would start to come down. And then I would feel normal for about a half hour, and then my blood sugar would bottom out. I'd eat more candy, I'd spike it. So really, I was only feeling good for probably a four out of the 8 hours I was at work every day. So I was struggling with that a lot. I noticed about 5 days into Plexus, I was actually picking out the M&Ms from my trail mix and throwing them away when I was eating it. The girls that I was training thought I was absolutely crazy, and they decided to take my M&Ms and eat them for me. It was awesome just to notice that part and that fatigue starting to go away. About 3 months after I had been on the products, I had the vice president of the company actually come up to me and ask me what I had been doing, because whatever it was, he thought that I needed to continue because I was a completely different person at work. And I think it was just because I had the time, or I was able to put in a full 8-hour workday versus only working or feeling good for 4 of those hours. So that's just a snippet. There's been so many other things that have been a huge blessing because of Plexus, but I'll let somebody else share about those.
Awesome. Thanks, Jill. Alicia, do you want to share a little bit?
Sure, I can definitely do that. I started Plexus back in November, and it wasn't by my choice, it was by my mom's. I had found out that I was pregnant in July of last year, and I have always struggled with anxiety. I was never diagnosed with it, but I had like textbook symptoms of it where I would get myself so worked up to the point of I would throw up. I couldn't eat any food. I would drink coffee to stay awake and to function as best that I could. And yeah, it was just ridiculous. And so when I found out I was pregnant, my anxiety just went even more, like, how am I going to raise a kid? How am I going to do this with my husband in the Army? All these different things. And so my mom was like, you got to do Plexus. You're doing Plexus. So we started Plexus. And just within the first couple weeks, I noticed that my energy was up. I used to be at minimum 1 nap a day per person, or I had to just drink coffee all the time. I was drinking probably 2 or 3 cups of coffee a day, and I wasn't having to drink it. And then it was after Christmas in January when my husband and I got home, back to California from Minnesota. He asked if I had, had any anxiety attacks to the point where I was not being able to, I would make up scenarios in my head and accuse him of doing things that he never did or said. And I hadn't done it in months. And I was like, you know what, I think you're right. And so I started paying more attention to it. And I was able to think through situations, through some really difficult situations. I was able to handle them without getting so stressed out that I would want to pretty much just go and lay in bed all day. I don't get hyped up or excited, badly excited about situations or financial stress or anything like that. Yeah, and it's because I'm getting my gut healthy. I've tried taking different types of quote unquote happy pills before, all natural supplements and stuff like that before, but nothing that actually worked. They would cover up the problem, but they wouldn't fix the actual issue. And now, since I've been on it, I had an extremely healthy pregnancy. I have an extremely healthy child. I have already lost all my baby weight, and my child is 6.5 weeks old. I'm fitting back into my jeans better than I did before. Those are just bonuses, but the real thing that I absolutely love about this is that I don't have those anxiety attacks anymore. I can think clearly through situations. I can handle things that come my way, especially being a military spouse, we have things that show up all the time that are not planned. And so, yeah, it's just, I attribute it completely and 100% to Plexus, because prior to it, there's no way that I would have been able to do this. So it's great. I love it.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Okay. Does anybody else on the call want to share their story? Anybody? I won't call anybody out. We'll move on. All right. I'm just going to mute everybody again.
Hey, Sarah, did Jordan want to share?
Oh, sorry, Jordan.
Were you raising your hand?
I couldn't see it. I can't see
Jordan,
it.
you have to unmute yourself.
Okay, I did.
Okay.
Hi, Joe.
Hey.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I started Plexus because I am a mom of 3 now, but at the time I was pregnant with my third. My kids are 2 and 1 and 8 weeks old. Sorry. And my cousin Sarah messaged me about Plexus back in July, and I kind of ignored it. I was like, oh, whatever. And I look back now and I regret it. And I started because I needed the energy. I was gaining a lot of weight with my pregnancy. I wanted candy and cakes and brownies all the time. And so I started in November. And when I was 26 weeks pregnant, 23 weeks pregnant, and I stopped craving ice. I was eating ice every single day. I stopped that. I stopped all the sweets, and I had energy, which was amazing because I was laying in bed. I was taking naps all the time. I'd force my kids to take naps because I wanted a nap. And now I can go outside and play, and it was an extremely healthy pregnancy. I felt amazing. Even I was 36 weeks pregnant when I gave birth, and my doctor was surprised on how healthy I was. And I lost all my baby weight. I'm back into my size 3 jeans, which is amazing. I also suffered from anxiety like Alicia did. I got a service dog back last year to help with my anxiety, and it made it worse. I was about to give up. And so now I have no anxiety attacks. I haven't had an anxiety attack since October, I think it was. I had my last anxiety attack, and I bought a Keurig, and I haven't used it since November. No coffee, no nothing, just Plexus, and it's amazing.
Yay, that's awesome. Thanks, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy for you. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit to you guys about our story. My husband and I, we started Plexus back in June, and what you can't see in these pictures, I mean, obviously we look a little bit different. In the 2015 picture, I actually am 4 months pregnant. But what you can see in this picture is how Plexus has helped us on the inside. When we started, before we started Plexus, we were fat, we were lazy, we were tired, we were crabby, we just weren't really any fun to be around, and we couldn't even play with our own kids. We have 3 now little boys, but we had 2 little boys who wanted to play with us so badly, and we just couldn't do it. We were at each other's throats. We didn't really like being around each other. My husband was addicted to Monster Energy drinks, and sorry, I'm trying to hide this. Addicted to Monster Energy drinks and drinking Mountain Dew every day, and I was addicted to sugar in a really disgusting way, like eating a row of Oreos every night, usually dipped in ice cream, and we just couldn't stop eating bad food. Like, we physically just couldn't keep ourselves from doing it. I mean, also didn't have any energy to get off the couch. So, but now that we started Plexus, our body shapes have completely changed, in case you can't tell. Our attitudes have changed. Our energy level has changed. Our addictions are gone. It's just been really, really fun to have our lives be flipped upside down. And I don't normally say this, but it usually makes me cry. We'll see if I can get through that. Nope, I'm gonna cry. I used to picture being at my son's weddings alone. I didn't think that my husband would be healthy enough to make it to see our kids get married someday. And now when I think about our son getting married, I know that he will be there with me because of Plexus, because he's healthy and his blood sugar is under control. So that is really huge for me. So, okay, I made it. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about, oh, just kidding, another giveaway. So if one of you, I think Kristen is in charge of our giveaways, so if you don't mind doing another giveaway, okay, we'll jump into these products real quick. So the flagship product, like I said before, is Plexus Slim. Originally, it was created for type 2 diabetics. And when they were doing their trials and testing on this, they noticed that the type 2 diabetics they were giving this product to were having amazing side effects. Their cholesterol and lipid levels were getting back into normal ranges, and they were losing weight. So if you know anybody who is a type 2 diabetic or a diabetic in general, you know how incredibly hard it is for them to lose weight. Now, when they saw these people losing weight, they thought, okay, the rest of the world wants this, needs this, we've got to share it. So that's when they started marketing it as a weight loss product to the general population. I don't love that they market it as that, but I get it because that's what sells in our society. So the main thing that this product does is it balances our blood sugar. And if my mom always likes to call the blood sugar the mama bear. And if mama bear ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So if our blood sugar is not balanced, then nothing else in our system will be balanced. And also keep in mind that excess insulin pumping through our system is going to cause a chemical reaction that will make us store fat in our bodies. So excess insulin equals fat storage. And if we can get our insulin levels under control all day, every day, then our body's just going to say, oh, we don't need to hold on to this fat anymore, and it's going to melt away. And I am proof of that. I've watched my body shape completely change because my body is finally letting go of that fat that it's stored up for so long. So there's a bunch of different great ingredients in this product. The alpha-lipoic acid is a natural anti-inflammatory, so a lot of people will notice that they have reduced pain in their joints. My mom can attest to that. She had bursitis in her hip, and just 3 days on this product, she thought she could start running again because her bursitis was gone. She was taking ibuprofen almost every day to keep that under control. We've got Garcinia cambogia. Most people are going to say right away that they sleep better, but that's because it increases our serotonin levels. And if you remember, our serotonin levels balance all kinds of things, our mood, our sleep, our memory, all of those kinds of things. The natural flavoring comes from cherries and pomegranates. The coloring comes from beet extract. This product is 100% natural and is sweetened by 100% natural stevia. It is not the stevia created in a lab. It is 100% natural, straight from the plant stevia. So this is a very good, healthy product that all kinds of crunchy granola mamas I know absolutely love and adore. Next we have the BioCleanse. So the BioCleanse is a really great product, and I like to just call it our magnesium supplement. Now, it oxygenates us because of the type of magnesium in it. It's called magnesium hydroxide. So it creates these little bubbles in our system, and it oxygenates us all the way down to our cells. Now, something I like to always add in here, and you can put 2 and 2 together for yourself. Remember, I'm not claiming to cure, treat, or prevent disease, but keep in mind and remember that cancer and many other diseases cannot live in an oxygen-rich environment. So it's very, very, very important for us to make sure our oxygen levels are high in our body, all the way down to a cellular level. Wink, wink. Okay, so magnesium is super important for a lot of reasons, but 90% of Americans, it's estimated, are deficient in it. My husband was the poster child for this deficiency. He had the nightly, I swear almost nightly, muscle cramps, and he would wake me and the babies up all the time. It drove me crazy. He has had only 1 muscle cramp in his legs since he started these products, you guys. And it used to be probably 5 nights a week that he got them. Hormonal imbalances, anxiety, palpitations. My mom had those, and those are gone since she started these products. Now, a lot of people are going to look at the word cleanse and be like, uh-oh, cleanse. I'm going to have to spend the weekend in the bathroom. No, that is not how this works. If you ease into these products the way that we're going to instruct you to ease into them, you will not have big bathroom issues. The cleanse is very, very gentle. It's going to get you pooping in the way that my mom talked about earlier. The way that she described, you need to be going 2 to 3 times a day. We need to get those toxins out. So Slim, the BioCleanse, and the third product I'm going to talk about in a few minutes are going to clean toxins out of you. They're going to scrub your cells. They're going to scrub your organs. They're going to get these toxins to the exit and want to get out. But if we are not pooping these toxins out, we're going to reabsorb them and we're going to start all over, and you're not going to feel the results you want. So this is going to help us get our poos regular. Another way that this product assists in people losing weight is it increases our metabolism by getting those toxins out. It also has been proven that the BioCleanse not only detoxes our intestinal tract, but also our arteries. So that's a really big deal. And it also supports collagen production. So for our skin, you know, so we don't want wrinkles. A lot of people will say people look younger and have a glow about them when they start Plexus. People will start commenting like, wow, what have you been doing? You just look different. And that's why. Our collagen, we're filling out our skin again so that those wrinkles pop back up. And then it also is great for our bones and connective tissues. So if you're an athlete or a person who's prone to sprains and strains, this is great for you. Next, we're going to talk about my favorite product. Drumroll, please. It's called ProBio 5. This is our probiotic. And if you are friends with me or anybody else on my team, you have heard probably about ProBio 5 on our Facebooks because I can't stop talking about this product. So first, let's talk about why we need probiotics in our system. God created us with 80% good bacteria and 20% bad bacteria in our gut. Now that bad bacteria, I'm going to interchange the name. It's also called Candida, also called yeast. Those are all interchangeable, and I'll use those words. They all mean the same thing. So 80 to 20, we're living at, God gave us 80% good bacteria, 20% bad bacteria. Unfortunately, most of us are living with those numbers absolutely flipped backwards. We're living with 20% good bacteria, 80% bad. Well, why do we even have bad bacteria in our system in the first place? Well, the primary reason that God gave us bad bacteria is to decompose us when we die. So if we're living at 80% bad bacteria, we are actually prematurely decomposing ourselves. No good, right? So we need to get those numbers flipped back around. We need to get back to the 80% good bacteria. But we've got to do that with probiotics because we can't get it from our diet. And why is that bad bacteria growing so much? Well, we live in a high stress environment. If you've ever taken antibiotics, the preservatives in our food and the sugar in our food or the carbs in our food, I mean, if you look at any label, you're going to look and see sugar on there in some way, shape, or form. And sugar or carbs feed our candida. They feed that bad bacteria. So we're constantly feeding that and making it bigger and stronger. Now, you're probably wondering, do I have an overgrowth of bacteria? Are you sure I have 80% bad bacteria? Yeah, I am. I can confidently tell you that you have an overgrowth of candida or bad bacteria. Now, look at these symptoms, sugar or carb cravings. Some people are going to say, I'm not addicted to sugar, I'm addicted to salt. What is your salt on? Probably potato chips or something carb that turns into sugar. So yes, your body is craving that because you need to feed your little yeasty beasties. Anxiety, depression, sinusitis. So people who have constant sinus pressure or sinus issues, that's a really big sign that you have a yeast overgrowth or candida overgrowth. Or brain fog. My brain fog, you guys, was so bad before Plexus. I can't believe I never forgot my children in the car because I forgot everything. My friend Karen is on this call, and one time she asked me to bring her a movie from my house, and it took me 6 weeks to remember to bring her the movie. 6 weeks, you guys. It was horrible. Anyways, my brain fog has cleared up since starting this product. Within 3 days of starting this product, it was like a veil was lifted for me. So brain fog, or it's not just mommy brain, guys. There's an issue that we can take care of. You do not have to live that way. So those are signs that you have a candida overgrowth, and there's many more. You can Google it. And I knew I had a candida overgrowth for the last about 6 years. I've been trying to take care of it with all these different probiotics. Unfortunately, those probiotics were not fixing anything. They weren't hardly even touching my symptoms. Why? I know now. I didn't at the time, but I know now that this bad bacteria has a shell around it, a hard shell that needs to be broken through with digestive enzymes, and certain digestive enzymes. And ProBio5 has those digestive enzymes that are going to break through that hard shell so that the good bacteria, and then another thing called grapeseed extract, can get in there and kill off that candida. You can finally be rid of it and free of it and get it out of your body. And so that's what makes ProBio5 so different than the 20 other kinds that I tried over the last 6 years. It has the digestive enzymes. Nothing else out there has that. It has the grapeseed extract. Nothing else out there has that. This product is life-changing, I promise you. And one person that can attest to that is this gal. Her name is Katie Christensen. I had the honor of meeting her this last summer, or fall, I guess it was. And she told a story of her son, Will. He is an amazing kid. He's severely autistic. So for the first 6 years of his life, he was nonverbal. He didn't speak. He never called her mom once. And having 3 little boys, 2 of them who call me mom 500 times a day, I can't imagine how hard that would be. She put her son on this particular probiotic, ProBio5 from Plexus, and within 5 weeks, he called her mom for the first time, you guys. And then he also, there's a little picture up there that looks like a video, he can sing a song now too. He went from being nonverbal to just a few months later singing songs. So that tells you something about that gut-brain connection. There is a huge connection. In Chinese medicine, they refer to your gut as your second brain. They are tied together hand in hand, whether you like it or not. So we've got to get that gut healthy so that this can work properly.
And I forgot to mention, Sarah, my favorite book, The Brain Maker, and he too talks about that gut biome has to be healthy in order for your brain to work. Just what Sarah said. And so, and you're seeing more and more probiotics and helping with brain health, and even helping with, say, like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, things like that. And it's been amazing. And gut.
I think we lost you for that last second there. It's called The Brain Maker, correct? Okay. All right. So the 4th product I want to talk to you about is called water. Are you familiar with the water? Okay. I am sorry. I'm being sarcastic. But you don't sell water, so you're going to have to find your own way and source of getting it. Water is super duper important. We need to be drinking at least half of our body weight in ounces every day, especially if we're on these products. Because like I said before, these products are stirring up the toxins, and we need to flush them out. Now, have you ever tried flushing a toilet that has waste in it, but no water? Where does that waste go? Nowhere. Nothing happens, right? So we need that water to flush those toxins out, to send them out of our body so that we are not reabsorbing. So water, water, water. You're going to hear us talk to you about drinking water. But remember, no more than 3 to 4 ounces with your meal. All right. Next, if my screen will go. Plexus has 15 products, different products, but we're not going to talk about those tonight. They are amazing products. Everyone on here uses multiples on this page. I use a very large percentage of them on this page myself every single day, even when I was pregnant, even while nursing. They're very safe. However, we only want to talk about these 3 over here because we need to get your gut healthy first so that you can actually absorb the vitamins and the other things that we would give you later to get you even healthier. So we are going to just focus on those 3 products I just talked about. It's called the Plexus Triplex Combo, Slim, BioCleanse, and ProBio5. Those three are the building blocks. Those are what we have to use first before you start grabbing onto other products. I don't want you to waste your money. And I'm a bad salesperson by saying that. I don't want you to just be flushing those good nutrients that you're paying for down the toilet because you're not absorbing them yet. So we have to get your gut healthy so you can absorb them. So now you probably have some questions, and I'm going to try to answer them really quickly before you even have to ask them. The first is it expensive? That was my very first question. I was like, all right, how much is this going to cost me? But we were on a tight budget. Like, we were on such a tight budget, we squeaked when we walked. And we also had sometimes where we had to decide which bills we were going to pay and not pay. So we run a really strict budget, and the thought of both of us going on these products was daunting to me at first. But then I started looking at it like this. What were we spending our money on every month that we could take out and replace with these products? Well, pop. Think about how expensive pop is when you're drinking it all day, every day. Or Monster energy drinks. That's a good $5-6 a day. Or Oreo cookies, spending $35 a month in just Oreo cookies for myself that I had a special hiding place for. Oh my word. Or how much are people spending on medication? There's a gal that's on here, that's on our team that I'll make talk in a few minutes. Her name's Kristen. She has been able to get rid of her $90 a month inhaler ever since she started these products. How many of you can't go to your gym because you're too exhausted and have no energy? How often are you throwing food out? Or going out to eat because you don't have the energy to make food or healthy food choices for your family. So those kinds of things, I want you to look at it that way before you run away from the price. So roughly each day, if you are taking just Slim, it's going to cost you less than $3. However, if you're doing the triplets, depending on how you buy, it's going to be about $3.60 to about $4.60 a day. That's really not that much, is it? Because you're probably spending more than that on coffee. I know my sister used to. She used to spend like $5-6 a day on her coffee habit. So next question, is it FDA approved? No, because no vitamin or supplement are approved. The FDA does not have the authority to approve or disapprove any vitamin or supplement. They have really strict guidelines that have to be followed. And trust me, Plexus follows them to a T. They do the right thing. And they follow those FDA guidelines like it's the Bible. Okay, next. Is it safe? Plexus products are safe and the most natural way for you to improve your health. However, my opinion is not worth your health. So if you have any sort of medical issues or you're taking any medications, we want you to take the ingredients to your doctor or email the ingredients to your doctor and have them look over them and let you know if they believe that it's safe for you or not. So even though I swear by these products and I think they're super safe, remember, my opinion is not worth your health. So if you have medical issues, please talk to your doctor. And also, if you do start taking these products and you start feeling better and feeling like you don't need your medication, please stop. Please work with your doctor to get you off of those medications. Do not stop them cold turkey. There could be very drastic side effects of that. So please don't stop taking them just because you're feeling good. Work with your doctor on that. Does the business work? You probably have been seeing lots posted about that lately too, especially if you're my friend. Short answer is yes, it works. It's amazing, you guys. This compensation plan knocks my socks off every month. First month, I covered both my husband and I's products just by making a little Facebook post about getting off of sugar. Month 2, covered our products and the truck payment. And starting in month 6, I made more than I make at my day job. Why am I sharing that with you? Like, you're probably like, okay, whatever, I don't care about the business side of it. The reason I share that with you is because of how much it's changed our life and our health. Yes, money has changed my health. I know that sounds strange, but when people lie awake at night, they're not usually lying awake trying to figure out how they're going to get healthier. They're usually worrying about how they're going to pay their mortgage or pay their hospital bills for not being healthy. Excuse me. And so when you're worrying about things like that all the time, your stress level goes up and your health goes down. And so that's why we share the business side with you. When we started this business, we had zero intent to work the business, to sell products, to even share the products with people. But it just kind of happened because we were feeling so good and people were noticing different things, especially about noticing a huge change in my husband. They started saying, what's going on? What are you guys doing differently? And so we told them Plexus. Well, I had a website because I was cheap and wanted to be an ambassador just for the cheapest prices, but I had a website just sitting there. So I sent them to it. and poof, it's just snowballed. So we did not start this business in order for it to be a business. We just wanted cheap products, and this is what's happened, and that can happen for you too. So Plexus is amazing because it has amazing products. I just went over that. The most generous compensation plan, and I can tell you that because I've been researching, because I wanted to be able to say that without hesitation, that we have the most generous compensation plan out there. We have amazing people. All of these women that you're seeing over here, amazing Christian women who I consider my friends, who build me up, encourage me. This team, you guys, I have girlfriends now. I've never had girlfriends. Like, this team just makes me feel so good every single day, and it's amazing. And then just the passion that the company has for doing the right thing and the passion that they have for health, I always love. So more than, and this number has even gone up probably since the last time I typed this in there, 360 lives have been changed just because I said yes to these products, just because I started sharing them with other people. So you can change lives with me. I'm sure that you have names of people running through your mind as I've been talking, like, oh, that could help so-and-so, that could help so-and-so, that could help so-and-so. You can change your lives just by sharing these products with them. Something I love about this is I get to build the business around my life, not my life around a business. I can rock my baby and snuggle my baby while I'm talking to you guys and sharing these amazing products with you guys. So that always makes me excited. And then the opportunity with Plexus, you get the opportunity to change your health, change your finances. There's Plexus perks like getting a Plexus Lexus and yearly trips to Hawaii, getting out of a 40-hour work week job, working for your own dreams, not somebody else's, not being stuck in a cube, in a pyramid scheme, because that is a pyramid scheme, my friends, when you are at the bottom, unfortunately, when you're sitting in that cubicle working for somebody else's dreams and their money. And then you also get to change and bless the lives of others. So like I said before, you have names going through your head. Go ahead and write them down really quick, because you can change their lives. I'm not joking. That just makes me so excited. And plus, it's really fun, because if you know us Rocker Girls at all, we don't like to do anything unless we can make it fun. And we have a blast with this all the time. Okay, so purchase options. Now, you can be a retail customer. I don't recommend it because you're spending the most. I recommend being a preferred customer. It's $124.95, puts you on monthly auto shipments, but those are super easy to change or alter because we can do it online now, thanks to technology. And then there's also, I don't have this on here, but 15% off through tomorrow night, you guys. 15% off means that you're going to save just under $20 off of that price. That's a great stinking deal. Plus, you still have a 60-day money-back guarantee. So you can try these products for 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, and if they aren't what you thought they'd be, for some strange reason, you can ask for your money back, and they will give you 2 months worth of your money right back to you without question. And that's amazing to me. That says a lot. Also, what says a lot to me is they only have a 1% return rate. So think about that. Anyways, I recommend you being a preferred customer to start out with if you have any bit of skepticism, because then you get that 60-day money-back guarantee. But if you really trust the people that have invited you to this and what we're saying is speaking to you and clicking with you and making sense, get it for the cheapest price like I did and become an ambassador right away. It's $99 for a welcome pack. You pay $34.95 a year for your website. And to get that wholesale pricing, I just think of it as a Sam's Club membership with a website and a business opportunity. You do not have to work the business. And then the triplex, these 3 products, would be about $109 a month after that. So there's those options. If you have questions, you can ask me afterwards, or you can ask the person who invited you. So will it work for me is the last question that you're probably wondering. Well, like I said, there's a 60-day money-back guarantee. That's pretty exciting to me. That always makes me just so thrilled that this company would be generous like that, because that means that they know what they have is amazing. It's gold. And people don't ask for their money back because it's working and they want to keep taking it. But these people all on here are people that their lives have been changed. You already heard from Elisha down here. You already heard from Joanna down here. I'm going to put Kristen on the spot if she's ready. Sorry. And let her just share her story with you a little bit. If I can do that, maybe.
Sarah.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, my story is pretty simple for the most part. It was my health that was bad. It wasn't really vertigo that I had, but I was dizzy and had done lots of doctoring and rehab and all kinds of things. And they basically just told me I would have to live with it. That there really wasn't anything more that they could do, but I was having insane dizzy spells 3 to 4 times a week, to the point where I didn't want to do anything. I have 7 kids and 1 on the way, and I did not want to do anything with my kids because I was so afraid I'd have a dizzy spell. So I had a former youth kid, my husband's a youth pastor. I had a former youth kid reach out to me and say I should try this. And I was desperate enough, so I did, fully expecting I'd probably just send it back and get my money back. But after being on just the pink drink for 4 months, I think it was on for 4 months. My dizzy spells were less and less. I was having like 1 a week, if at all. And then I no longer needed, I think Sarah mentioned, since high school, and I'm kind of old, since high school, I have had an asthma inhaler that cost us $90 a month, and that's after insurance. And all of a sudden I was realizing I didn't need that anymore. And I also no longer took allergy meds, which I took every single day. So my husband was kind of a believer, and after 4 months, since I didn't have to spend that $90, he said I could try the full triplex. And so I was actually a customer for 8 months before deciding to become an ambassador. I still take the products. A lot of my kids are on the products. My husband takes the products. So health-wise, we feel fantastic. And I've been a stay-at-home mom for 17 years and have never been able to really contribute financially. And so the money we're making in a business I never planned to work has been completely life-changing for our family. So it's totally worth it. That's my story.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
There's a couple other people on here. I don't know if Abby's on here or Todd's on here. Anybody see them? But I'll just share their stories really quick. Abby right here, this beautiful girl with red hair. She is an RN nurse. RN nurse, how redundant. She's an RN in Duluth, and she works with babies. And she used to suffer from migraines really bad. So can you imagine working with babies all day, every day, and having a migraine while you're doing that? That would be miserable, if you ask me. So her migraines are gone since she's been on Plexus. And she also has kicked her Mountain Dew addiction. She had Mountain Dew Red addiction, and addicted to candy bars and stuff, and she's been able to kick those sugar addictions as well. And then you got Todd down here in the corner. And Todd, I'm going to say something embarrassing about you, buddy. Sorry, but Todd used to poop only about once every 2 to 3 weeks. Once every 2 to 3 weeks. Let that sink in. He was getting his toxins out. He had debilitating migraines. Duh, wonder why. Maybe because he was toxic. But he also had horrible candida overgrowth. He was getting woken up by his sugar cravings in the middle of the night and eating licorice out of his nightstand because his candida was so powerful and craving sugar that much. So he's been able to kick that sugar addiction. His migraines are gone, and he's actually going to be going back to work. He rescinded his application for disability, and he's headed back to work. So that's been awesome. And he lost weight too. Lots of people, that's the lovely side effect that we don't always talk about. We're so focused on that gut health and the blood sugar stability that we sometimes forget to mention weight loss. But yeah, weight loss is really awesome. So we'll do one more giveaway if you want to do a drawing for that, Miss Kristen. But I'm just going to leave you guys with a couple of questions. If you keep doing exactly what you're doing today, where will you be in 2 years? I'm super, super duper excited about where my family is going to be health-wise and financially if I keep doing what I'm doing 2 years from now. It's going to be huge, and I want you guys to be there with me. So, but if you're not having such a great time, let's change something so that in 2 years from now, you're not sitting where you are right now, or you're not worse than you are right now. And then also think of this. Is the pain of changing greater than the pain of staying the same? Nope. This is not hard. I'm not asking you to clean eat. I'm not asking you to have meal replacements, because remember, the pink drink is not a meal replacement. I sometimes forget to remind people that. It's just a supplement. I'm not asking you to do anything hard. I'm just asking you to take some supplements and see what happens, and drink water. So it's really easy. Keep that in mind. And the last thing I'm going to ask you is what if? What if this could change everything for you? Just going to leave it at that. So if you have questions, you can go ahead and ask. I see a bunch of chats that I have not been able to read. So if you guys want to unmute yourself, go ahead and ask questions, and me and Kristen and the poo guru, my mom, will try to answer them for you. Anybody?